Hi, this is Theo from PocketBlocks.com. Today I want to talk about the old Microsoft Surface Pen versus the new Surface Pro 4 pen. Now this review is for those who are thinking of getting the Surface 3 tablet for drawing. Now the Surface 3 tablet does not come with a pen, so I'll talk about the differences between these two pens when you're using it with the Surface 3. Now if you're buying a Surface Pro 3 or Surface Pro 4, the pen is included, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's look at the differences between the two pens. This is the design for the old Surface pen. They come in 4 different colors. This black one has a matte surface. There are 2 buttons on the side and 1 button at the back. Now when you press the back button, it will launch the application OneNote, which is a note-taking application. This pen is actually battery powered. It is powered by one single AAA battery. This is quite a small battery, and Microsoft says that this battery can last for a year if you use it with the stylus pen. By the way, you cannot switch off the power for this pen because there's no on-off switch, so this pen is always on. So far I've been using this for months and I haven't seen the need to change the battery. But when your lines start skipping, then that's a sign that the battery is running out. Let's take a closer look at the nib. This is a hard tip nib. It's not wobbly like some other third-party styluses. This is very firm and it writes very smoothly on the glass surface. This is also replaceable. If it gets worn out, you can just pull out the nib and replace it with a new nib. This silver pen is the new Surface Pro 4 pen. There are some differences. Well, the first one is it now only has 1 button on the side and it's hidden behind this strap here. The button is here. And the back button is still around, but the back button also doubles up as an eraser in some software. And when you press this, it will still launch the Microsoft OneNote application. Now the tip is also different. Let's take a closer look. The new pen has a felt tip-like nib, so when you draw on a glass surface, it has more friction. It allows for better control. Let me turn this around. You can see this part of the nib. The black plastic has chipped off for my pen. This is quite a well-worn pen, and this nib is bent a bit because of me pressing down too hard. So if you are a heavy-handed user, be careful of that. You can also replace this nib when it gets worn out. You just pull it out and you can replace it with one of the 4 different pen tips that Microsoft sells in this pen kit. Let me open this. So there are 4 tips in this pen kit. It looks something like this. There is this clip here at the back that lets you clip the nib to pull it out. And the nibs here are 2H, H, HB and B. I suppose the one currently in the pen is the HB. Anyway, there's not much difference between HB and B. They are both felt tip, and the 2H and H, same thing, not much difference, just that the design looks a bit different, but they are equally smooth. And this HB and B, they are like felt tip, so they offer a bit more friction, a bit more control. Another difference is with the new pen, there is a piece of strong magnet inside, so that helps snap this pen against the Surface Pro 4. If you're using this pen with Surface 3, then well, the magnet is not of any use because Surface 3 doesn't have any magnets on the side for you to snap the pen. This pen is also powered by the same 4A battery. To replace the battery, you have to twist the back in an anti-clockwise manner. Hold it tight and twist it until you hear a clip. You don't have to twist it too much, just by a tiny bit, and then you pull it out slowly. This can be quite difficult to remove because it's very tight, and this is the same battery. When you put it back in, make sure that this shiny part here aligns with this gap here. See this gap here? Make sure that it aligns properly before you push it back in. If not, you will not be able to push the back in. Once it goes in, just twist it back. The software I'm using here is nibs Paint Pro. I'm going to draw some light strokes and also some heavy strokes. I'll start with the light ones. Now this pen is pressure sensitive, so you can apply pressure and you get a thicker stroke. Let me switch over to the new pen. Same thing, light strokes followed by heavier strokes. In terms of performance, there is no difference in this particular software, and the difference between these two pens really comes down to their feeling of the tip on the glass surface. So with the new pen, the felt tip offers slightly better control because of the friction, and the old pen is smoother because of the hard tip. However, with the new pen, you can swap out the felt tip and replace it with a hard tip as well. So we have more options with the new pen. Let me switch over to the other software called Mischief. Same thing, I'm going to show you some light strokes. I am applying the lightest of touches on the glass surface, and now the thicker strokes. Now I'm switching over to the new pen, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll apply as light as possible the pressure, and then apply the thicker strokes. Now there is a difference when you're using it with Mischief. For the old pen, I was able to get much thinner strokes. So I was barely touching the glass surface and I can get much thinner strokes. With the same drawing style I use it to draw with the new pen, I realized that the strokes come out much thicker. So with this software, there is a difference. But with the software earlier, nibs Paint Pro, there wasn't much difference. Let me show you the eraser from the new pen. You can use the eraser by turning the pen around. However, the eraser is the default eraser from the software. If you want to change the thickness, you have to do it through the software. This is nibs Paint Pro. Let me switch over to Mischief and use the eraser. You can see the default eraser in Mischief is much thicker. When it comes to note taking, I find that using a hard tip is more natural. You can use a felt tip as well, but because of the additional friction, it adds on to the lag and it doesn't feel as smooth compared to the hard tip for some reason. Also with this application, this is the one note application. This supports palm rejection. And talking about palm rejection, this feature is not available in many software that I have been using. So yeah, when you're buying the pen, you just have to assume that there's no palm rejection. If you want to customize the pen, you can do so using this software called Surface. If it's not in your computer, you can download it from the App Store. Let me open this up. Unfortunately, the only thing you can customize is the pressure sensitivity curve. You cannot customize the buttons, and this is really very limited. The strange thing is on Surface 3, which is what I'm using right now, it shows you only this pressure sensitivity curve. However, if you are using the same software on Surface Pro 4, you can get to customize the buttons. So yeah, Microsoft should do something about that and fix this software. So which pen should you buy? Well, with the new pen, you have the eraser at the back. That is very convenient because in some software, you don't want to go into the menus to access the eraser function. You can just turn your pen around and use it. This is very convenient. And you have the ability to use different types of nib, the soft or the hard nibs. With the old pen, you only have the hard tip nib. And I find that the advantage of the old pen is only with the software Mischief. You get slightly better sensitivity with that software. But other than that, I think the new pen has more features. So probably go with the new pen. Yeah. That's all for my review today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. I will answer as many as possible. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so for more art product reviews, sketching tips and techniques, and sketchbook features. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.